Breaking news at noon. St. Louis reaches a multi-million-dollar settlement with Rams owner Stan Kroenke and the NFL. Sources tell our Frank Cusimano the deal is worth $790 million. Thanks for joining us on what's turning out to be a wild Wednesday. I'm Ryan Dean.
And I'm Kay Quinn. Thanks for being here. The settlement is already getting strong reaction from sports analysts and you, the fans. We're going to hear from Frank Cusimano in just a minute, but first, more on the deal.
News of the $790 million settlement broke about 2 hours ago. It comes one day after lawyers on both sides met for mediation to try and hammer out the terms. We're told an official announcement could come today. Besides the dollar figure, other terms of the agreement weren't immediately clear, including whether it involved all defendants in the lawsuit, the city of St. Louis County, and the public entity that owns the dome at America's Center filed the suit back in 2017 over the Rams leaving town for LA. The suit claims the NFL violated its own relocation guidelines in allowing the Rams to leave. The trial was scheduled to start January 10th.
Our Frank Cusimano's been working the phones all morning long, speaking with those close to the case. Frank, what's your immediate reaction to all this?
Well, I think a lot of St. Louisans are disappointed because they wanted one of three things to happen. They wanted the number billion in a settlement. They wanted either Stan or Kevin Demoff squirming on that stand if there was a trial, and they wanted the possibility of a team. In that regard, St. Louis gets nothing. But $790 million is a lot of money, and it is an admission of guilt. The bottom line is this: the St. Louis legal team did not want to put their fate in the hands of 12 strangers, the 12 jurors, so they took the $790 million. And I also think on a day like this, we should reflect back on the impact of Dave Peacock. Because if it were not for Dave Peacock pushing hard to get those stadium plans done and costing the city $18 million, then we wouldn't have this lawsuit today. Because St. Louis gave it their best shot to try to keep the team here. And because they did that, this is one of the reasons this settlement is worth $790 million.
Frank, can you tell us about the nature of these talks? Have they been going on 24/7? What's the mood of those that are at the table? What's going on?
Well, they got heated the last, I'd say, 48 hours, according to the people I spoke with. And it's interesting, Kay, because, you know, we were all teased by the possibility of a team coming to St. Louis. I talked today with a representative of an NFL team, and he could not have been more emphatic. He said St. Louis getting a team in this settlement was never, ever, ever on the table. We heard sports media people discuss it. We heard columnists from all over the country talk about it. But this person who's directly involved with an NFL team said there was no chance St. Louis was getting a team in this settlement.
So bottom line, Frank, are you disappointed? Is it what you expected? How do you sum it up?
Well, I wouldn't say I'm thrilled about it, but $790 million, I'm not disappointed about it. Now the key is how this money can be well spent and improve our city. So mixed emotions, but $790 million is a lot of money. Now, minus the 30% of the attorneys, or 32%, we're going to end up with about $550 million. That's still a lot of money to do a lot of good in our region.
That is true. Yeah, I think that's why a lot of fans were hoping for an expansion team. They're like, I don't know how this money's going to be spent. So obviously that will be the follow-up. You know, where will this money go?
I feel like that opened up, though, the whole idea about where would they play in another building, and that
Yes.
it was just, you know, taking us down a different road again.
I hear you. All right, Frank
Thank you,
Cusimano.
Frank.
Thanks. All right, so we're asking you, did St. Louis get enough money in the Rams settlement? You can vote now at kstk.com/vote or on the 5 on Your Side app. And so far, about 82% say no, Kay. They want more money.
Wow.